I go to bed some nights and I can't sleep because we're worried about potential, evictions that we have on our plate, and the sadness and the children involved and the elderly person that what are we going to do? And but never in my wildest dreams have I ever gone to bed at night wondering about what to do if there's going to be thousands of bees unloaded on us.
Thousands of bees unleashed on us. That's crazy. Police officers apparently were in a really bad situation in Hadley, Massachusetts. That's when they went to serve an eviction notice to someone, and instead, this lady rolled up, unleashed her bees. I'm not mistaken here. Unleashed bees upon the police officers to get them to scatter, get away, not finish up their call. As a matter of fact, the more surprising part about this whole thing is she wasn't the one being evicted, bro. Let's watch.
Investigators say the woman arrested does not appear to know the man being evicted, but is known to travel from outside the area to protest these cases.
That's not protesting. That is not demonstrating. That is breaking the law.
Officials say there's a dispute over ownership of the home in regards to a bankruptcy case.
The bees came out unleashed and swarming, angry, and they started stinging everybody there.
Let's look at Rorie S. Woods again. No F's given. She's like, yeah, I did it, and I'll do it again. Jesus. So I know I'm laughing about, but bees are a serious issue as we're gonna get to, because an official department report said that she's 55 years old. Her name is Rorie S. Woods. She lives in Hadley. She arrived in an SUV towing a trailer. Bro, she was prepared, carrying beehives. Woods, who put on a beekeeper suit to protect herself, started shaking the hives and broke the cover off of one, causing hundreds of bees to swarm out and initially sting one deputy. Woods was eventually arrested, but not before several more sheriff department employees were stung, including 3 who were allergic to bees. That's the serious part. When Woods was told, look at this, man. Remember the picture that you saw of Miss Woods? When Woods was told that several officers were allergic to bees, she said, "Oh, you're allergic? Good. Damn. Here's a couple images from the moment that it happened. For some reason, I think the cops threw out the body cam evidence because they didn't want to see this happen again because it was traumatic. There she is on the right side with the purple jacket on or sweater. Unleashes the bees. Get some, bitches. And then she unleashes it. There she is fighting again with him. He's like, put the lid back on. And there she is being carted away or walked out with her bee suit on because she's like, did you know that bees sting? I don't want anything to do with that. So since then, she's been charged with 4 counts of felony assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, those bees, 3 counts of felony assault with a dangerous weapon and disorderly conduct, which is also a misdemeanor. And one more time, Dan, let's go back to her mugshot as we go to your thoughts here. No F's given.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this the old glasses messed up Base Rooney Award for absolute base behavior in the United States. We usually don't get these very often, but I'm giving it to that woman. No, I don't endorse slinging your bees against cops, because especially like we've seen this situation very recently, very often, where the police react very differently based on who they're arresting, and so you want to be serious about that. And you'll notice that there was no tying her to the ground. There was no kicking her in the face. There was no stomping her. There was no tasing her. Even though her bee weapons had stung several officers. So, some could argue, hey, the officers were under attack. They had to handle the situation. But no, they managed to solve that one pretty easily. Oh, that woman was talking back to the cops, says, oh, you're allergic to bees? Good. And they managed not to rough her up or arrest her too much. So it's interesting. We'll just put that as a pinpoint there and see what was different between that situation and many of the other situations where we see often unarmed black people absolutely terrorized by police. But yeah, more on that later. It's interesting. So she wasn't even the one being evicted. She was just like, listen, I'm here. This is a sleeper cell operation. I'm gonna lure them in with an eviction and I'm gonna get them with the bees. No, this is way to take one for the team, I guess.
Man.
But yeah, I obviously can't naturally endorse this behavior, but what a wild story.
I guess at one point of it, like, she was evicted at another point and she's like, never again. I'm defending everyone. And there's some kind of dispute with the house. There's always some kind of thing going on when it comes to evictions. and the ownership versus who's renting, and all this stuff is mixed into that. Maybe that's part of her motivation. Maybe she has some kind of a personal attachment to people that are associated with this. Who knows? But she sprung into action and brought her homies with her.